Okay, Rhegan White, thank you very much for speaking with me today. You're a Grand Prix dressage rider and trainer. You have a lot of happy students, some of which I've met today. You've also helped some people, including myself, buying a horse and how to choose the right horse for them. Can you just talk us through the process and, in your opinion, the way to go about buying a dressage horse?
Well, yeah, there are many different ways to buy a dressage horse, but the most important thing to start with is you as a rider and what do you need? Not what you think you need, but what you need. So I always sort of classify riders into three groups. There's the beginner riders that really just want someone safe to take them out, that they can learn the basics of dressage. And when I say beginner rider, I mean someone who hasn't done dressage. That doesn't mean they don't know how to ride, but they haven't done dressage. So they need a kind schoolmaster type of fellow. Doesn't need to be a mega mover. The second kind of rider is the one that's done dressage and maybe has retired and not done any dressage or any kind of riding for the 10 or 15 years they've been away. Maybe a mom that's at home with the kids wants to come back into the riding world. Again, wanting to find something that's not young, amazing and mega at a sale, that they never will be able to get on and ride without the help of 5 professional trainers. What they need is, again, a gentle horse, maybe a little bit older, or a calm horse that will get them through the next few years, that they can have fun on, they can go to a show and not worry about getting eaten up when they go into the lorry. So really a priest and a pilgrim, I like to call them. The third kind of rider is the one that's maybe moving on and has done some dress on, really wants some power and wants some skill and talent. And those sort of horses are, of course, the more expensive horses and often the more difficult ones. If you have a budget and you're an experienced rider, you're looking for a 3, 4, 5-year-old young, talented horse. If you have lots of money and you want to have something a little bit more made, there are some horses in the UK, but obviously a lot of people go to Europe and they're looking to spend anywhere from 100 to 5 or 600,000 euros. But for a young startup young horse, here in the UK, you can buy anything from 10 to 20,000. You can find a nice, forward, expressive horse that will take you all the way up to Prix St. George.
So when looking, if I was, and I've done a bit of novice dressage myself, I'm going to go out, I'd love to get to sort of advanced medium and buy a partner to do that with. Am I looking for rhythm? Am I looking for movement? What am I looking for when I go shopping?
You are looking for a relaxed looking horse, someone a horse that comes out and isn't tense and isn't looking. I'm less obsessed with the big trot. I want to see a good walk, that it walks in 4-beat and overtracks a little bit, because that tells me that the back is a little bit relaxed. And I want to see a nice forward, slightly uphill canter, not too downhill. The trot is the least difficult pace to teach.
And I think that's where everyone goes wrong.
Yeah.
They look for the big flashy trot first, don't they?
But the walk and the canter are 2/3 of the test, so they're really quite important. So yeah, something relaxed, something gentle. I don't really like things that spook too much, that are looking in all the corners. That often indicates maybe a little bit of attention deficit disorder. But again, that's not to say that there aren't spooky horses that aren't great, but something that is just an all-around nice going horse.
So basically, get yourself a checklist, get your budget, and then start looking.
Get your budget and start looking. The final thing I would say is, if you are wanting to compete and you are one of the first 2 classes, you want to look at a horse that's maybe got a little bit of a track record, maybe got some points at British Dressage affiliated, or at least done some unaffiliated show, but it's not a stranger to the ring.
Right.
And again, if you're looking for a young horse, they probably won't have done that.
Okay. Rhegan White, thank you very much indeed. Thank
Pleasure.
you.